Hi, Lizo. Well, I haven't known you for very long, but I think you're a good laugh when you weren't wiping bogies on me, lol. I've enjoyed being in most of your lessons, including trampoline, when you used to go a lovely shade of red, open brackets, ha ha ha, close brackets. Anyway, I don't have anything else to write, so good luck in your GCSEs in the future. Hope to see you out downtown, open brackets, you said close brackets. Lots of love, Kelly. P.S. Remember when you got off with Steph Bowers? We went to a party. It was I forgot whose party it was. It was Saturday night. And we had a little walk towards. We left the party for a bit. And we went a little walk towards this church, and we just necked on in front of the church, like the church doorway.
In
so we
front of the church?
Yeah, in front of the church,
no
mate. Absolutely no whatsoever. No, atheism started at a young age. But yeah, that was it really. But I don't know how it got out because we were both ashamed of it at the time.
Of course.
But then it was talk of the school on the Monday as well.
It was one of you.
She was quite regretful of it.
Oh, maybe she wasn't. Maybe she was just pretending to be. She was like, can't believe we did that. And she was like, oh yeah, me too.
No, because I asked her again another time. She said no.
Right. As always, we are joined by James Lees, Marketing Director at Maybo. Hi.
Hi.
Tim Mawson, Partnerships Manager at Salesfire.
Hello.
Elliot Lings, Junior Developer at Salesfire. Silence. And Richard Hemsworth. Richard Sunday Name Hemsworth, CEO of Salesfire.
Bless you, sir.
And me, Josh McGregor, Head of Marketing at Salesfire. Right, here we go. Shopify launches its own shopping app, allowing users to browse local businesses. This is an app that has been populated with independents that don't have websites yet, but it lets you know whether they have click and collect or home delivery, and you can browse product. They can upload product to it as well. So it's sort of like a stepping stone between not having a website and having one, if that makes sense.
Marketplace.
Yeah, like a marketplace.
Yeah, basically it's a marketplace, isn't it?
It's fair. I was looking.
Me and you were talking, weren't we, Elliot, saying it was a matter of time before they open some kind of market.
I mean, it seems pretty cool. It'll let you know if they're doing click and collect, and it'll let you know if they're doing delivery. It makes a lot of sense on the back of what we've been talking about through independents doing their thing at the minute as well.
They have another one here where it's called Shopify Lite, and it enables you to sell on Facebook and use their tools in Facebook, like Messenger, etc., to basically run your business through there as well. So I suppose that's another option for people.
This app seems a bit strange because I think if you're a small business, you're just going to use Facebook. I think most of them only just managed to learn how to use Facebook. Never mind another app.
I just bought £120 worth of trees through Facebook.
You did what, sorry?
It's a bit hard. I got some trees for the front of my house.
Was that an independent?
Yeah.
Oh, mate, how much did you pay for your plum slate, by the way?
£5 a bag.
I'll pay the same. Except, don't go far, does it?
No, mate, no, that's why I use 15.
Mate, I'll put 20 in and I need another 30.
What?
Yeah, you're probably best off buying bulk bags for that, mate.
Are you filling a swimming pool with it? What are you doing? Are you trying to bury someone?
Oh, yes, because I'd use slate. Slate would be my...
Little squash them down. So the app also lets you track packages from Shopify sellers as well. So it seems like they've just made a really sticky app and they're just adding out everything they can to it to keep people.
Well, you'd think you'd put the existing client base onto it first, wouldn't you? Just list all their stuff and then start inviting all the little independents on so it's ready, populated for when they come on board.
I'm hugely surprised shopping carts haven't done this already, have a marketplace with their retailers.
Thing is as well, once all these independents have got all of the stock listed, they've got all of the products on, they're pretty much ready to go straight away with the Shopify site, aren't they?
Yeah. It's like gateway, isn't it, really?
Isn't it essentially just a different channel?
It's the way it's worded here, the way TechCrunch are talking about it is a channel, yeah, but it seems very much centered around getting them onto the platform. You got to think about it. It sounds like they're just saying, "Oh yeah, just put your stuff on here. You're not an online shop. You're still bricks and mortar only." But then you've done all of the hard work, and all you do is flick a switch, and you've got a website. Yeah, it's being billed as bridging the gaps in online shopping.
Good.
That's it. I think there's I think it's just making way for these little independents a little bit, isn't it? The ones that can't really justify or aren't really technical enough to kind of set up their own online store and manage it.
It's definitely indicating there's a taste for it, isn't there? That people are looking back towards it. We've discussed this how many weeks on the.
I think what will happen is as things open up again, the big operations, the big blue chip operations that have been almost in hiding, I'll just open up again and just start to swamp the market again.
There's an argument to say that
They've got the budgets to do it.
does everybody need an e-commerce store? Maybe not.
Maybe not. Yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe click and collect and delivery. Is enough if you're providing that marketplace.
You might not necessarily need to purchase on there and have it delivered, but you might want to have your shop first online, but you don't necessarily get delivered to you.
Yeah,
I dare say there's probably a good opportunity for a marketplace a little bit like this, and maybe Shopify. It could be them that gets the momentum with it, but one where you're the one that benefits by and large as the retailer. Because I dare say in most scenarios, and certainly what I've encountered with Amazon sellers, you're just churning product. I had one client that was doing 4 million turnover on Amazon and a profit at the end of the year off the back of it. Bear in mind, they were an existing internet operation anywhere. The profit was something like £20,000 a year from 4 million.
It's stupid, isn't it? Like, it's hard to make. If you're not manufacturing your own product, like, how difficult is it to make margin when they're taking 15% off that? And then let's say you got 30% margin. You're only making 15% margin before you start looking at your operational costs. That's just on product.
Now, the interesting thing
how you make money is
they 15%, I believe, also takes into account it's the VAT that's included in the product, and also
it is, yes,
the shipping as well. So by the time you've looked at the total cost, the total outgoings, it's a heck of a lot.
It's stupid, mate. It's ridiculous. I don't know how people do. Like you say, they're generally churning product, but it's. I think a lot of retailers looking now. It's like one of these necessary evils, isn't it? It's like because Amazon have that much coverage, especially when they start going to paid search as well. It's like if you can't beat them, you have to join them, don't you?
100%.
It's a quite a hectic thing to be juggling, isn't it? Of those margins, moving them about, losing.
Imagine you could run a viable marketplace only taking 5% fee off people. Imagine that's massive for the retailer.
Crazy.
What fees are? Can we look up see what fees Shopify are taking off the back of this? I wonder.
I just thought Shopify was 3% and it reduces to 1% depending on which tier you're on.
Wow, really? No, sorry, that's Shopify itself, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is pretty new. I can't find any pricing on it. But
I
There's
reckon,
an opportunity for someone to take over that market. I guess it's Facebook at the moment, isn't it?
can you actually purchase through this app?
I'll buy something now, Elliot.
Browse through the products and see if they offer home delivery and click and collect. So I'm not sure whether you can do a direct purchase through it. It might just be to see what they're offering.
It could just be like a free service that's just to get, like you say, people enticed into Shopify. If they have a nice experience with that, they might think about signing up to the full service.
Yeah, that's it. I think you're right.
Well, that's it, and all the products are already listed. It's like allowing you to list all your products, so it's a good way of warming you up for it, isn't it? You go through the hassle of getting all your photos done and all that type of thing, and then you're like, oh, hang on, do you know what? I may as well flick this switch and we're selling.
There'll still be an awful lot of people where, like, going online, selling online is still quite a daunting process for them.
Oh, 100%. They're still thinking about staffing. They're still thinking about the extra work we've got to do, and they probably don't have the time to do it. Cool. And you see this Hook Group one? They're buying 2 planes.
The Hook Group one?
Yeah, they're buying 2 of their own cargo planes.
What for?
They're calling it THG Air. Because they're going to stop just to move their own cargo, basically.
It doesn't surprise me at all, to be fair. Like, everything that you hear about them, they either get new investment to the tune of like £1 billion, or not adding new technology 24/7 to the site. They have so much capability, and they are based like literally next door to Manchester Airport. Yeah,
so basically, because flights are being grounded because of COVID, their way around it is like, right, we're starting a aeronautical business.
Rich Branson might be selling off a few 747s anyway, just to
maybe
cash.
Yeah, they've been trialing it since the start of the year, so it doesn't even look like it was particularly reactionary. It looks as though they're just planning to do this anyway. So that they've took that step of literally buying their own planes. Anyway, yeah, so THG Air will be launching shortly.
Sound?
Is our weekly Klarna update. Tim, did you see this one? We might have missed it last week. Guaranteeing a donation of £1 for every item bought on ASOS, yeah.
Yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous thing.
For the Red Cross.
That won't cost a lot, will it?
How did that play out? Do you know?
I don't actually know. I think they said they were going to release an update this week or something like that to say how much had been spent, but
so
you can only imagine, can you?
Yeah, they were guaranteeing to honour every purchase made in the relevant currency, and they didn't place a limit on how much they were donating, so that is...
Do people still buy it? I
don't know. It's a good shout.
Well, to be fair, people are looking for convenience and they're looking for cost effective, and if ASOS delivers that, as you call it, Elliot, then yeah, jobs are good, isn't it, really? You'll still be going there.
I think
They took a pee.
the fast fashion retailers do pretty well through this, I think.
What were people boycotting ASOS for again?
Oh, it was the fact that they weren't doing social distancing about 3 weeks ago.
Did they walk that back or not?
Well, they had like a mass walkout, I feel, and then I couldn't tell you what happened on the back of it, to be fair, but I think they're probably up and running now with a normal structure.
Yeah, it's probably they all walked out, and as I said, we're not paying it. They all walked back in.
They called it Give Back Day.
Do you see that Amazon were raising? Was it you saying on the last podcast? No, they're got to set up a charity so you can donate to the workers.
Yeah, we said about it.
That's ridiculous.
Did we talk about that?
I don't know. Is it actually legit? That is actual real story.
So basically, the idea was they set up like I think it's like a relief fund for their own workers. So they put so many million into it, but then they offered the option where you could actually donate to it as well. But it was I think the way that they'd presented it initially, it was almost like the onus is on people to donate to the relief of their staff.
Someone quite high up resigned, didn't they, from the company because of it all?
Yes, it was the head of Amazon Web Services, wasn't it?
I don't know if it was the head of it, but he's pretty.
I think he was head of tech or something at Amazon Web Services.
Trained junior developer at Amazon Web Services.
What did he have to do with it all? Anyway, the poor guy, he won.
It was his choice. I think he didn't like the way it handled it. I think it was.
He thought it was quite toxic the way the company was handling people who were protested, because it was literally like, I think it was they almost. I can't remember exactly what they were doing with sacking them or almost silencing them.
They fired whistleblowers, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, and so basically on principle the guy resigned, and then wrote a big blog article about it.
Vice President of Amazon Web Services. He resigned because they fired people who were whistleblowers basically about how they were handling social distancing and that type of thing.
What do you think about Amazon? Didn't they also announce though that they were going to invest all of the profit that they make this year into Amazon anyway? So actually it's still a company which makes no money.
What a world we live in where that's a company that makes no money.
Basically, so Jackie Land Rover, they're still pushing their online platform for buying cars. So basically, they put a press release out in regards to how it's still safe to buy a car, etc. The online platforms are getting much more use recently for obvious reasons because showrooms aren't open. But what I wanted to do on this one is kind of like, I personally haven't bought a car online, not a lease car or anything like that. I don't know if you guys have. It's like, but we've got clients that do lease, like car leasing companies as clients, and they do very well. Mm-hmm. But I'm just curious in regards to where you think e-commerce can change to help the motor industry more. Like, what more can you do?
April last year, there was 160,000 car sales.
Right.
In April this year, there was 4,500.
Jesus Christ.
On the basis that Land Rover saying that there's more online sales of cars happening, the statistics would state otherwise.
I know there's more online car sales happening, but there might have been none last year. Yeah. Everyone's going to the showroom.
Yeah, maybe it doubles from 10 to 20.
It's quite a personal experience buying a brand new car, no test driving it, speaking to the salesperson, then giving you a glass of seki or a nice coffee while you're in the showroom, that kind of crap. I mean, how do you get that kind of experience?
Expensive purchases.
By a computer. Yes, some of the biggest ones you do behind the house.
So how do they deal with it at the minute? Don't like sort of used car dealers and stuff and people, they do the personalised videos, don't they, where they send you them revving the engine and sitting in the seat.
Yeah, but that's actually been in the showroom as well, though, isn't it?
It's something that we come across quite a bit where we have retailers who'll sell like your Armani watches online that might be 150 quid, but they'll go for things like Rolex or something really high end. I don't know anyone who's banging an order through a website for a Rolex. You want to go
used ones, you get £1,000. For used Rolex, people have the basket. Brand new, they generally don't again because you want that experience, that poor buying experience. You put £10,000 into buying a watch, you want £10,000 customer service, don't you?
100%. And I suppose that reflects in cars as well. If you're buying a Jaguar or a Land Rover, Range Rover or whatever, then
To answer your question, I don't feel as though it will. I think this I think is case in point of the online sales growing for the time being, taking up a small percentage of what there was. Yeah. But then as we come out of this, that will immediately just go back, unless there's really social distancing lockdowns.
Yeah. It's about buying
still be good for leasing and things like that. If you want to lease a Ford Focus, you'll do that because you know what a Ford Focus is. You're not looking for like a huge experience on that one. But if you want to lease a Ford Focus, £200 a month, you'll do that without seeing the car. Like, I bought my car without seeing it.
Yeah.
But it's a Vauxhall Grandland X. It's not a big, expensive car. It was a nice lease deal, and I thought, that car looks all right. I'll do me fine for £250 a month sound. But yeah, it's for, like you say, you look at it. If I'm going to buy a Range Rover, I'm certainly not buying that without seeing it. I want to be test drove. I want to be winding down.
Yeah, that's it. Because you're buying when you're buying what you said there, you're buying for utility, aren't you? So you look at the stats, and that's what you're interested in, the spec. Whereas if you can buy something higher ticket like that, you're looking for the experience, aren't you?
Yeah.
Absolutely, mate. Yeah, absolutely.
Which you
You
can't.
want to be that person who sat on Instagram going, see my new Range Rover, boy, there you go.
You can replicate a spec very easily. You can't replicate an experience, and I don't think that's going to change too. I can't see how that changes.
I don't know how you can do it.
What do you think of these kind of subscription services that some of these manufacturers are starting, I think, to introduce? So basically, you can pay so much a month, and they'll give you like the latest model of a car for 6 months, and then after 6 months, you can swap it for a different one.
That's like a lease sort of job, but as you mentioned, it's a subscription model for longer term.
Yeah, so I think
pretty cool.
Like Mercedes and that were looking at it and potentially trialing it. I think maybe in some places in America and things, where it's not cheap, it's expensive. But after 6 months, if you don't like that car, you can swap it for another one.
See, personally, I like the idea of that. I think that's pretty cool.
You just turn up, you just hand the car in, and you just pick another one, kind of thing. It's expensive. Like it's not as cheap. It's expensive though, so I don't think you're not paying like £400 a month. I think you're paying like over £1,000 a month.
That's probably where
about the used market.
a little bit more for online, because if you're just subscribing to a subscription service, if you feel as though you've made an error in that purchase with the car, you've got it for 6 months, and then you get to change it out for something else.
So subscribers will get access to 11 models, including sedans, coupes, roadsters, and SUVs, powered by AMG signature handcrafted V8 engines. The way they talk, the way they're messaging, that really is like a subscription service, isn't it? And then you also get a personal concierge who'll flip you from one vehicle to another.
You almost need that looking after that side of things, because if you're moving car that quickly, if you're changing out cars that quickly, you've got to change your tax, you've got to ring up and change your insurance out and things like that. You've got to shop around potentially. It is quite a chew on that you're going to have every 6 months. You almost need that element of things looked after on your behalf.
So I think that's what they're doing. I think they literally are.
Insurance is included.
Insurance is included. You pay the $495, and then for $3,595 a month, you literally, they describe it here as a Netflix-like subscription service.
How much a month did you say?
$3,595.
$3,595?
Yeah.
So a used car every month?
Basically, yeah. Yes.
But yeah, they'll just rotate them on. The one want to send a new car out every month. It'll be like, this one's got 5,000 miles on it or something. There you go.
Hang on, did I hear that right? How many dollars a month?
$3,595.
That's for the exclusive tier. They've got other tiers.
And a lease is typically about $300, $400.
Well, depends on what car it is. Yeah.
Depends on the car.
It depends if you want space and pace or pure precision.
I think the point here is more is...
So you're paying $48,000 a year for one car that you can interchange every 6 months.
Yeah, but they're all going to be... That's overpriced though, isn't it? The cars that you're getting are going to be about the same price.
The highest end subscription tier. But it does start from $1,000 a month.
Oh, right, okay.
Oh, okay. I was going to say... Yeah, it's for the...
Interestingly, if you look at that article there, there's actually the other companies are also doing it. So there's BMW, Porsche are also doing it.
Oh, yeah. Audi, Volvo, Cadillac, Nissan, Jaguar.
If you've got the money to do it, and you want...
Does this not coincide very much with like the Instagram lifestyle, where people will take a picture of a car and be like, I own this, and then next month it'll be like, I've got another one.
That's interesting, yeah. That is really interesting.
And then it's like, well, guess what? I've had 5 new Mercedes this year or something. Like, what are you going to do?
Yeah, I guess it does tie into that whole Instagram generation, doesn't it? I think
it really does.
I guess as those cars get older, they can either sell them on or have a cheaper subscription service.
Well, that's the thing. You've probably got a generation of people coming up now who really like the idea of being able to switch that Merc every 6 months.
Yeah.
Just for the picture.
attention span, isn't it? It's their attention span, and everyone's that.
It really is. Yeah, it is. It's super interesting though. Oh, I like that.
Redesign it.
I wonder if there's a banger tier for like more £200 a month, like for me.
Just loads of Fiestas getting dropped off in 4 cars.
Here's one you dropped here, James. The Philip Green update.
Yes.
Closing over 100 stores.
100 stores. I can see it's like these stores seem to be like a mainstay of the high street, but you have started closing. Like you don't see a Burton store anymore, do you? Like most of them start amalgamating retail parks into outfits, don't they?
There tend to be a lot more of the outlet sales stores as well, don't they?
Yeah, it's just all outfits now, don't they? So I can see him closing, say, high street one. Let's say the 100 top shops or myself or something like that, and just amalgamate everything onto the retail park. And kind of relying online for the brand-specific ones externally from outfits. Because outfits seems to be a good model for them. I think it works.
Must do if it's going as well as it is. I mean, Debenhams downsizing as well.
Yeah.
Think about that, actually. Did you see that thing about Debenhams leasing floor space to Next? Apparently Next are interested in acquiring floor space in Debenhams to run their beauty section.
What is it, Next branded Ex-branded beauty product.
Yeah, so it would literally be like, you'd go into your standard Debenhams and you'd look around and there'd be like Estee Lauder, you'd have your perfume counter, all that sort of get up.
Yeah.
But then alongside that, there'd be things like a Next beauty counter and some stuff like that.
So they have a stand like Macwood or something like that, yeah.
I feel so, yeah. I think that's how it looks, and they're trialling it in a few of them. But to be fair, I think
it's a good idea.
Yeah, can't hurt, can it? And Debenhams are desperate for a bit of cash, I feel, at the minute as well. So
seems like a strange horizontal move for Next, though.
Yeah. No, it does make sense as well if they're trying to diversify their brand a little bit.
I suppose, yeah.
I guess that Debenhams aren't really good at anything and just outsourcing all the floor space to other brands.
I think that's it. I think you've nailed it there.
That is very true.
We've got all this floor space. Let's almost lease it off into for profitable businesses.
People who have
only so many red herring shirts you can sell, isn't it?
Jasper Conran must be going out of his mind.
Anyone got any John Russia or what?
I used to think that was
red herring jumpers for work.
I used to think John Russia was actually Jay-Z's rocker wear because there were belts in it.
Your mum's done you dirty there.
Like Ashley was buying some of them a while back. When I was at Visual Soft, he was in the process of buying out Debenhams. The first move was to shot Sports Direct in their stores. It's
just crazy that the way the high street's looking. I know it was on the decline anyway, but this has just accelerated it, hasn't it?
Well, Debenhams as a brand isn't as strong as it once was, is it? Would you ever go to Debenhams for anything?
Christmas, just to look for weird stuff.
Yeah,
that's it.
Christmas.
It's not a go-to anymore, is it? Their own brands, like you say,
absolutely not.
Banks, Russian John Russian, Red Herring, Maine, whatever it is. They aren't strong as the ones were. So I think they need to be stronger on the brands. If you walk through Debenhams and Middlesbrough, they've got a Fred Perry section, for example.
Levi's
polo shirts. Yeah, Levi's section's really, really small. They're not deep enough. Like House of Fraser Mills was getting like after years. They had loads of different brands down there, but there was nothing deep enough on that. And I think they need to get rid of their own branded stuff, which doesn't really sell at the price point they want to sell at. Like a Red Herring shirt at £25 sounds ridiculous because that brand is so weak. Why would you put £25 into one of them shirts?
Agreed.
Whereas you can probably get more Levi's stock in there and people will buy it because this House of Fraser is as strong as it once was as well. Or there's only John Lewis who's a strong kind of like them in Selfridges, really, isn't there? That's a strong kind of department stores now.
It's that weird seasonless sort of stock as well that they have.
Yeah,
like it's just year round the same cuts and the same colourways and stuff.
Yeah, you walk through the men's section of Debenhams, it's terribly, terribly bland. There's nothing inspiring at all.
In Marks & Spencer, you can get your groceries delivered within 30 minutes.
Wait, is that in London or? Because literally, McDonald said they're opening stores and not one of them is north of Luton. So any delivery thing, I don't believe, is outside of. If you go past Birmingham, it's probably not happening.
It's available in 142 outlets, and I think it's done with Deliveroo. But the service costs £5 up to 20 items.
£5?
Oh no, hang on, sorry, that is.
Is that minimum?
No, it's £5 for the delivery.
Okay.
Sainsbury's also do something similar. It's a 1 hour delivery service called Chop Chop. And it allows customers to order a top-up shop of up to 20 items. It also costs £5.
Top-up shop, are they calling that?
To be fair, though, that's better than waiting for a click and collect where it can take you like a month to get a slot at the present moment.
So they're using Deliveroo to basically have the groceries cycled directly to you.
Deliveroo have just gone round and swept up all of those stores. Any of the logistics.
Deliveroo. It should, like, if it's a city centre, Deliveroo is pretty useless. Let's be honest. Like, so where I live here, and let's say, for example, I want to order from a KFC, McDonald's, or something. There's not a chance I can't get Deliveroo in Eaglescliff because you can't get on the bike from Teesside Park to mine. Can you quickly?
That's true. When do we think we're getting back in the office? Do you reckon 3 weeks we'll be in?
I think it's going to be a bit of a standoff for a while because nobody fancies being the first office to come back in.
Yeah, the office killer. The CEO kills 20 staff through forced non-distancing.
I think they're going to.
I that's from.
I think they won't open the schools, so a lot of people will still be forced to work from home.
When they're releasing, so next time we do this, we should have seen their guidelines for safe working. Releasing Sunday, yes. I think, 2 days from today.
Yeah.
Be interesting to come back to anyway.
To be fair, though, this is wearing thin now. I was one of these people who thought working from home would be immense, and you'd sit there and you'd be like, all right, okay, I'll go make a coffee now, I'll do this.
Sorry.
I'm an advocate for working at home, I really am, but it's when you... I like the whole remote working, but we're restricted. Yeah, this isn't remote working in regards to how it should be, because like the whole advantage of it is like it's being in control of your day and things like that. And you don't have that now because once you finish working at home, you're still at home. Whereas like if you are going to do it, it's like, oh, do you know what? Yeah, I'm going to the gym at 3 o'clock. So I'm working at home today. I don't have to be in the office. So I have to kind of set time. Oh, do you know what? I'll go to the driving range on my dinner today. There's something like that. But I'll go pick the kids up from school, etc. But you can't do that now. Basically, you're at home at work and then you're at home after work because you can't do anything else.
It's much harder to switch off, I find.
I've got a question.
Anyone you speak to now, I think they're excited to get back into their office environment and get some kind of structure to life for that now.
That's it.
That's the next stage. It's that structure element of it again, isn't it?
Will you go back in full then, James?
Me?
How do you see it working? Will all your staff go back in, or will you?
I think initially everyone will want to go back to the office full time for a period of time. Just to kind of get that element of normality that we once knew back, and start to appreciate the advantages of working at home after that. And then, because it's been a success for us, if I'm being honest, in regards to managing teams and productivity and things like that with people working remotely. So I think that'll be more of an offering to people now, where you can work remotely more, because people basically give people 1 day a month and go work at home.
Yeah, I imagine for a lot of people who were a bit cautious of letting people work from home, have been forced to do it, and then have seen the benefits off the back of it, probably going to be more optimistic moving forward.
I find a lot of people are very, very kind of old school to think in regards, I can't see it working, but they've been forced to see how it works now. Been surprised by the positive results and think, okay, we can shape this in more now, more, but they've been forced in a situation. But yeah, they're obviously more on side of it now. We'll see how it goes.
Bit of positivity coming out the back of it.
Yeah, I think so. I think there's a lot of positivity coming out the back of it for all companies. I think a lot of bigger companies have been shown up to be poor. So I can't mention who my wife works for, but their performance in regards to getting ready for working remotely was absolutely shambolic.
I could do with wrapping up in about 10 minutes, I think.
Yeah, same.
I think we've probably got enough.
Thanks, guys.